Welcome to all Ifa Ela, meaning welcome to all my family. Alafia and honor to you all. Last week we talked about jealousy and global bullying. As promised, we give honor to life that we're able to be here together this week again. And what we'll be talking about today is still the same theme of jealousy. This time we are teaching one another about jealousy versus brotherhood. The real meaning of jealousy is when someone is determined to take what belongs to somebody else. That is a simple, straightforward meaning of jealousy. Is it because they don't have that belongs to somebody else, or is it because they were just greedy, or is it because they don't have self-security? Because the number of questions as to why a person wants to take what don't belong to them, the list goes on. Every one of us has something that God has given to us. So it is not acceptable anymore for someone to take it upon themselves that no matter what, I will take what belongs to someone. Heaven and earth disapproved of this kind of behavior. And that's why Ifa Ela Ministry is here to remind us that it's time that we remove that kind of mindset from ourselves personally and from our community. Brotherhood is a gift of life. And we have to look at brotherhood not from its simple meaning men band together as one or bond together as one. That's not the kind of brotherhood that I'm talking about. Think of if God is really everything, which is, God is really everything. When you're talking about God, you're talking about the planet, the universe, and everything in it. In every angle, the center, straight path. That's God, everything. That is saying to me clearly that God is our brother. From that aspect, brotherhood is a gift of life. And we have clarity also that when a woman is pregnant, the sex of the baby is not determined until a certain age of the pregnancy, which means we're all really, if you like, female until that certain age when the owner of all things, the creator of heaven and earth, decided on what sex that baby will bring forth to this higher plane, meaning planet Earth. From that tense, I won't use the term sisterhood. I'll rather use the term. Does it mean we're all sea stars? But it is clear in a plain, simple term for us to look at us, all of us, as brotherhood. Because I've had a personal experience in Emmy. When I say Emmy, because to me, dream is real, is how God communicated everything. And I've had that kind of experience in my Emmy, in my dream. To me, I call my dream my experience. It's not a dream to me. And that gives me clarity that we're all, in essence, of brotherhood. So brotherhood is a gift of life. Now, what we ask ourselves is, where is that gift gone? What happened to that gift of life that bonds or band all of us together as brotherhood? Now, let's ask each other, because today we're here teaching one another about the real meaning of the living God that is in us, not the one that is made up or a feel-good characteristic of men, meaning man and woman. What we're here to do is actually talk about the real living God that put all of us together as brotherhood. What is the root of jealousy? I would say jealousy has no root, because anything that God did not create has no root. As Dr. Sebi will give on to you in every ways. As Dr. Sebi will say it's not electric. A human body is electric. If something is not electric, then it's not complementary to a person. So jealousy has no energy, which means jealousy has no root. Jealousy is man-made. It's a malfunction, a corruption of something made up. So the answer is jealousy has no root. However, jealousy has somewhat found a way to embed itself in our community. And when we talk of community, the first place a community can be located is in a family. It could even be family of 3, family of 4 or 5. Jealousy has found its way into people's mind. Jealousy has somewhat been able to corrupt people's mind, which means people's lives begin to get corrupted from there. A person cannot be anything that's malfunctioning, Jezebel or whatever else, unless you're functioning on a low energy. You're not functioning on the energy of life. Jealousy, if jealousy finds its way into a person's mind, there's no limit to what kind of characteristic or behavior such a person will be living with, even though this does not represent the true person, but you function as a person that's mind is being corrupted. This is jealousy. It means that person needs to stop and begin to trace their path back to the source. And the source is Ifa Ela, the energy, the light of life, where everything begins from. So jealousy is embedded in a family, and it is high time that we become more determined than jealousy. Jealousy is a thing, is a spirit that is very, very determined to destroy a person. Any type of behavior that is not of God, you can call it jealousy. A person that don't have spirit of jealousy cannot be anything other than the light of God that you are. So jealousy is embedded in a family, and we have to be more determined, because when you embody with the strength of God, it means anything that is man-made does not have a stand in your life. So you can very, very much uproot the spirit of jealousy and throw it in the bin, throw it away, where the earth will squash it all up for you. And from the earth cometh all things that is beautiful. As a result, you will be more empowered by the planet, meaning God of all things. You will be more empowered to be able to remove any other activities or characteristic that is not of God that you'll be disturbed with. If you can't get rid of jealousy from yourself individually, you can get rid of jealousy from our community. But it starts with you. Hold up your banner. The symbol of banner is number 7, meaning Ake. Hold up your light. That's righteousness. Right hand of God. It doesn't matter which side of it you hold your Ake. It could be left, it could be right. It's all straight path. You can be able to remove spirit of jealousy and every other malfunctions of spirit that is disturbing your life today. Jealousy has no root, yet is embedded in families. You cannot uproot it. Let's go ahead and ask ourselves, does jealousy have a color? Jealousy does not have a color. However, jealousy has a face. A person is jealous because they are running on a very low energy, even sometimes complete low vibration. A person could be in motion and still not have vibration of life. A person could be in motion, but you don't have energy of life. It's just a friction of movements. And that's the phase of jealousy. If it's in a family, it's in our community, how can you put color to that? But you will know when a person is jealous because they cannot hide their face. They malfunction. They think of themselves that they're quick to act, not knowing no matter how quick a person is able to act. What about that? Life, the creation, the owner of life, the owner of the moon, of the sun, of the planet, definitely is quicker and faster than a man can move. So jealousy does not have color, but jealousy has a face. But when you remove spirit of jealousy from yourself and you begin to live your life as I am life, I am a child of a living God, instead of I am spirit, there's a difference. See, the different thing between I am and spirit is clear. I am a child of a living God. I am body, mind, and soul of a living God. I am a child of Ifa Ela Ministry. See the difference? But when you say spirit, it could be anything. Even dog, if dog can speak right now, dog will say to you, don't call me spirit. Because my father, Ela know my name. You don't. Spirit is a thing. There's no life in it. There's a life in a dog. Let alone a person that cares about the planet. Definitely, planet will very much care about that person. That is why we cannot continue to call ourselves spirit anymore, because spirit is just mechanical. Now, when you are body, mind, and soul, you represent a living God that you are. So, jealousy don't have color. Jealousy is a spirit. Jealousy is a mechanical. Jealousy is made up. Don't call yourself spirit anymore. Call yourself I am. Body, mind, and soul of a living God. When you remove jealousy from your system, you will be able to see a jealous person from miles. And hands of God will protect you from that jealous man or jealous woman out there, functioning mechanical. We give honor to life that those people who have been laden and burdened with spirits of jealousy will be delivered. This is a big one. Let's ask ourselves, is jealousy a rapist? I asked myself, I said, because when I hear, because what I'm saying here is not my own intelligence, I've said it before, I only speak forth exactly as heaven and earth instruct me to. So when I hear, is jealousy a rapist? I said to myself, well, what does jealousy have to do with rapists? Then heaven began to speak to me. Rapists, first of all, is of two kinds. And you cannot possibly be functioning with any form of mechanical behavior, meaning spirits, unless you are jealous first. You have to be attacked by the spirit of jealousy first, before any other form of spirit will begin to trouble your life. That's what heaven and earth says. Now you can see the detriment of jealousy in our society. Now you can see why I feel like I've been positioned to take removing jealousy from myself and from our society as my point of calling from God. Rape is of two kinds. The first one, as we all know, is a man to rape a woman, or for a woman to rape a man. Is sexually orientated. Now, from my little knowledge about rape, is that men think sleeping with a virgin will be some sort of taking the credits, the purity that that virgin man or virgin woman carry to themselves. That's what makes a jealous person to go and rape someone. Now, at the same time, men want women not to be virgin because they want to be able to sleep with as many women as possible. I don't know, maybe some women feel the same. I don't know, because I don't feel the same. I can only speak for myself. So that is one aspect of rape. One thing we don't understand is that where Ifa Ela Ministry is here to make us to understand is that we have genuinely entered into God's time now. And we need to begin to function in a manner that will connect us to that God that is in our midst. He never left our midst, always watching what we're doing. But now, God is actually in our midst because it's God's time. We know that time will come. We've entered into that time now. Therefore, we need to be in the knowing that for a person to be virgin, it is beyond flesh. For a person to be virgin, you have to be, your body, your mind, and your soul has to become one. You cannot neglect one for the other. So going after a girl because she's virgin is hopeless now. It is a useless way to be thinking, because a person cannot be virgin by flesh alone. You can only be virgin by your body, your mind, and your soul. And this you cannot do by spirit, meaning by mechanical means. You have to learn to go inside of yourself and do ibadah, meaning praise to everlasting living God that is in you, to support you, to help you to be able to become body, mind, and soul as one. So to not be confusing the principle of life anymore, because principle of life is no longer confused. Don't be going after virgin for any form of spiritual purpose anymore. Don't be raping a child or children for any spiritual purpose anymore, because imagine if a child is actually God. If God is everything, that means a baby, that means a child is God. Can you, in actual fact, in reality, rape God? What one is doing in essence is raping. You are raping yourself. You cannot rape God. So that is one aspect of rape. It is something that we should seek the strong arms of God to remove from us. That kind of mind that will want to make a person to be raping somebody else. You cannot rape somebody else anymore, but yes, you can only rape yourself, because if you cannot rape God, you cannot rape anybody but yourself. Now, the second aspect of rape is, people think rape is restricted to sexual malfunction characteristic. No, rape is actually when you steal from somebody, when you take something from somebody by force, when you take something from somebody, when you take something God has given to somebody to honor God, and you decide by yourself because maybe you think you have power, and then you can threaten that person, you can ambush that person, you can bully that person, you can hurt that, you can do what you think, you can do whatever to steal what belongs to that person. There's a reason why God gave something to each one of us individually. It means we need to come collectively to honor the planet as one. It doesn't mean you have to go and steal from that person, because you can't steal from somebody that already connected to God, that is in them, all around them, straight path. Even if that person cannot defend himself, the God that puts that uniqueness of that person in that particular person will not allow you to steal or touch that person. The time for that, it is gone. And now, so that is another aspect of rape that we don't tend to think about. A rapist is a thief. A rapist is a bully. A rapist is a liar. See what jealousy does to people. Immediately you become a jealous person, you become everything that is bad on the planet. And because planet did not create bad, I am here to say to us, you can remove every malfunction spirit from your system. Spirit is man-made, it's something that malfunctions, a low vibration, to no energy at all. You can remove it from your life individually and in your family and in our community. So yes, jealousy is a rapist, but jealousy will never be able to rape me ever again. Jealousy will never be able to rape you ever again. Because you have decided today that you're determined, more determined than spirit of jealousy. Because today you have realized yourself that, oops, spirit is actually a mechanical, formed by man. I am electric, living energy of God. You can stop the spirit of jealousy from a distance, because you will notice that immediately you make a decision to renew and reform yourself today. Let's think about this for a second. Who is more jealous? Who is more driven by spirits of jealousy? The rich or the poor? And I put that in quotes because being rich or being poor is self-definition. For me, I don't particularly connect myself to the word poor or rich. I'm just clear that I am of the energy of life, and the person that have the ability to honor and love the God that is in them, that they are above all things, truly has everything. So for that, I'm not referring to rich and poor as some people may think. I'm just using this in a very straight term that will help us to have more clarity as to how jealousy may not have roots, but jealousy has a lot of soldiers. And it doesn't matter whether you're rich or poor, you can be carrying spirit of jealousy. And you really need to let that go so that your life can truly represent the real purpose of God. Who is more jealousy driven? Is it somebody who is rich or is it somebody who is poor? I think that rich people are more jealousy. I think maybe rich people are not going to be very happy with me for saying that. But let's think about it for a reason, for a minute. Let's think about it for a minute. Most people whom we consider poor, really, when you are in the midst or you've connected to everyday people, you will find that they don't even use the term poor. They just love life. Rich people are more jealous driven enough that it doesn't matter to them who they hurt or whose life they mess up to stay rich. Poor people, those who busy themselves to deem themselves poor, are also ready to do anything because of jealousy to become rich. So everyone is jealous, whether you're rich or you're poor. That is why Ifa Ela Ministry is saying to us today, every one of us, it's time we need to look at ourselves and say, I'm not going to be functioning with the spirit of jealousy anymore because I am better than that. Whatever position you think you are, like you reach, you have everything, you have all of that, guess what? You could be better as a person. Because there's only so far richness can carry a person. Only energy of life can carry a person forever. So, rich people, poor people, remove jealousy from your family, remove jealousy from your system individually and in our community called planet Earth. In Ifa Ela Ministry, heaven and earth has given us clarity that we have to also take a stand in our light in the matters of injustice. Because why does injustice happen? It has to be because of the spirit of jealousy. Think about it. There's no reason any form of malfunctions characteristic of a person individually or as a family or as a world takes place unless the spirit of jealousy is at ripe. Spirit of jealousy creates injustice, as spirits of jealousy create everything else. The spirit of jealousy so much does not have a root that we can at least relate it back to ancient time, before Bible, and we're still suffering with spirits of jealousy now in Bible. But we know that everything comes from Ifa Ela. As a result, we have clarity also that medieval malfunctioning characteristic of people in this world is finished, has completed its time, and is gone. We've entered into God's time now. So jealousy is the reason why many of us are suffering injustice. And that is the reason that Ifa Ela has taken a stand in the light, in the energy of life to speak also in the matter that involve injustice to a person or to our community as planet Earth. Therefore, we're going to link that to the situation that R. Kelly is going through right now, because as we can all see clearly, there's a major injustice that is going on with R. Kelly's case, and R. Kelly's case is not an ordinary one. Anyone who has a foresight will know clearly what is going on. For that reason, we're not going to talk too much, because we're seeking guidance from heaven and earth to help us to say just one sentence that will just cover a billion sentences that we may like to say. Now, what heaven and earth has instructed me to say today in regards to R. Kelly's case is the question that we need to ask ourselves as people, brotherhood that stands together, is that are the hands of the judge and the jury really, really clean enough to judge R. Kelly? Heaven and earth is asking us. A person has to be black to be white. Let's think about that. This is to all the bloggers out there, because a lot of people, as we've seen, are coming out, being a blogger, one way or the other. So heaven and earth has instructed me to speak forth to every bloggers out there. That is our hands and our mouth fair enough to send R. Kelly to jail or to set R. Kelly free? Because all R. Kelly has ever done to every one of us is to add to us with his music and with everything that he knows. Therefore, heaven and earth is saying, if you cannot add to R. Kelly, you cannot take away from R. Kelly. And to add, I would like to say honor to all the bloggers out there. Alafia to all the bloggers out there. But the great aspect of that honor and Alafia we give to R. Kelly, because R. Kelly needs all grace and honor right now. And we also need to know that when you have foresight and you can really connect with real energy of life, not mechanical made up life, I mean real living God that is in us, that surrounds us straight path, the eye of God that's watching over everyone, you will know that R. Kelly is genuinely free wherever he is, because no man can take away another man's freedom. We should all take this time to go inside of ourselves, renew, reform, and become a better person. And I think genuinely that's what R. Kelly is doing right now. Every one of us should do the same. R. Kelly is like a brother to all of us that God is using to test each and every one of us, whether we are genuine, whether we're genuine, real son of a father Oloto marry me or not. That is what heaven and earth is telling me. R. Kelly is getting better. Are you getting better? Begin to ask yourself. R. Kelly is getting better as a person. Are you getting better as a person? In Ifa Ela Ministry is our way of life to know that we must honor ancestors because they are the closest to us. When we're referring to energy of life, when we're referring to a living God, they're the ones that we can touch, the God that we can touch, because immediately a person becomes ancestor, they automatically become God. And generation put together as one. Overflowing energy of life, Ifa Ela. They're my ancestors. And the energy of life that we celebrate because we're here to represent ancestor and all generations, meaning overflowing energy of life. So today, I celebrate all ancestors and generations. Overflowing, I honor all overflowing energy of life in every way, all around, straight path. Ela, Uriayo Alafia, meaning overflowing favor from God is upon all of us. Now, are you ready to take your position? You can't just say that with your mouth. It takes Ishe, it takes work of God. It takes work of God for yourself that automatically connect to your community called planet Earth. Remove jealousy from your system. Remove jealousy from your family. That way, you can remove all forms of rapists, be lying, be gossiping, be stealing, and the list goes on, you know it. Even the list that I can remember, I'm sure you know them. Begin to remove them. All you have to remove, just remove jealousy from your systems and you already removed all of the zillion characteristics of malfunctions that man made up, that you decided to carry. You can decide that I'm not carrying that anymore. It's not mine. I carry only the energy of life. Why? Because energy of life carry me. Because I can't even carry myself, can I now? Energy of life, carry me and protect me. Energy of life, carry R. Kelly and protect R. Kelly and everyone that connect with R. Kelly with honor. For today, every word we utter, every word we say to R. Kelly, sincerely, come back to us. For me, the only word I'm going to say in regards to R. Kelly is honor and Alafia and grace of God, overflowing grace of God upon R. Kelly, because I need overflowing grace of God upon me. For it is done. The instruction of the week is that heaven and earth is saying to us, we must not be afraid any longer to say, I am not a spirit, because I know now that a spirit is a malfunction mechanism or mechanical that can malfunction at any given time. I am not a spirit. I am body, mind, and soul of the overflowing energy of life. Say that to yourself. That is the instruction of the week. Also, use this time to completely honor and preserve your body, mind, and soul, because the three are one. Quit, reject being a flesh. That is a low energy and it breeds jealousy. To actually, in action, to remove jealousy from your system, you have to say, hand of God, I give you honor that you have removed jealousy from my system and you have made my body, mind, and soul to become one. You may not have the strength to do this because it's easier said than done, but you have a responsibility. We know that the creator of heaven and earth and everything is in control, but you've been given some responsibility and duties as well, which can be termed as self-control. You can do it. Begin to know the importance begin to know that it is important. You must begin to preserve your body, mind, and soul. Use this time to do so. Heaven and earth will uplift your determination, and heaven and earth will make it possible. When you're able to do this, you will automatically become a mastercraft of your day. This is our ibadah, meaning praise of the week. In every way, today I become a mastercraft of my life. All forms of vagueness. Example, spirit of jealousy. Don't know my name anymore. Yet again, they honor my name. Say that ibadah to yourself. The arms of God will give you strength to pull through this time of renewal and reformation so that you can become a better person. When my rain comes up, I will be the first one to touch it. When my rain comes up, I will be the first one to touch it. This rain is pouring, sun shining on me. This rain is pouring energy of life on me. I can see the hands of God protecting me all the way from above the sun. That's why me I say, I don't want no substitute lover. I don't want no substitute lover. I need the hands of God all over me. And I don't want to be anybody else's substitute lover. I feel the hands of God protecting me all the way from above the sun. Alafia to all. Make sure you make effort to watch these themes on jealousy. We started it last week, and we have Okpe, meaning hope. That Morimi will do tomorrow. Ifa Ela will be on next week. Alafia.